everybody, Head Coach Robert Gray here with Victor Performance. We're going to go over our Week 2, Day 1 training program, okay, for your COVID-19 home workouts. So we're going to start with a 3-minute jump rope. If you guys don't have a jump rope, you can choose to run, ride an exercise bike, you can do the stair climb, or you can run up and down your stairs for 3 minutes, okay? At the end of that, we're going into Mobility and Activation Series 1. That link can be found on your PDF, or it's in our warm-up playlist on YouTube. Okay, after that, we're going right into our metabolic resistance training circuit for today. Today's circuit is going to be 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off for 3 rounds of each exercise. This week, we're going to stay at each exercise for all 3 rounds before moving on. Okay, so we'll start out with ISO, single leg Haiden. This drill, starting on one leg, I'm going to snap down, hold 1, 2, jump, stick the landing, hold for 2, jump. Okay, on each landing, make sure that we're bending our knees, hips, and ankles. We're landing softly, okay, and we're allowing the control and the consistency and the coordination of the landing to dictate our jump. Okay, so we don't need to jump terribly far. Focus on the landing first. After you've completed your 3 rounds of the ISO single leg Haiden, you're into your hollow hold. Okay, for us, our hollow hold can be considered a progression of our dying bug movement. Okay, the difference here is instead of one leg and one arm falling towards the floor, we're now going to have both legs and both arms. Okay, so we're going to land our back in that dying bug position. Okay, ribs down, low back flat. And then again, both arms and legs will fall back and down towards the floor. Okay, if you feel confident and you're able to maintain position in your low back and in your hips, you can begin to straighten those legs. Okay, my suggestion there would be in that first round and maybe even that second round, pick something that's maybe a little too easy for you so that we can have success in the 3rd round, okay? After that, we're going into CL lateral lunges. This week, we're going to change how we're holding the weight to accommodate the variation that we're going to do. We're going to alternate from side to side on each rep, okay? So, because of that, we're going to hold the weight down at our hips instead of up at our shoulders, okay? From here, if I have the weight in my right hand, I'll be stepping to the left. Drive up, switch hands, switch feet. Okay, our lateral lunge will be in a squat shape again. Okay, which is to say our hips are dropping down and my chest is staying up. Okay? Once I've completed my 3 intervals of 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off of the lateral lunge, I will then go into my bird dog row. Now, for the bird dog row, if you have an elevated surface like this step up here to use, that's great, okay? It'll allow a little bit more freedom of movement for the rowing action, okay? For our bird dog, or for this demonstration, I'm going to have my left hand down and my right leg down on the box, which means my left leg will reach behind me. I'm going to grab the dumbbell in my right hand. Okay? For 40 seconds, I'm going to be rowing on this right side. Okay? On the next interval, I'll switch arms and switch legs and complete that same work. Okay? So now on your 3rd interval, you guys are just going to switch halfway through. So you'll do 20 seconds on your right side, switch, 20 seconds on your left side. Okay? Once you're done with your 3 intervals of the bird dog row, we're into single leg overhead good mornings. Okay? So if you guys remember from last week, this is really a single leg RDL variation. We're just holding the weight up overhead. So I've got my 5 pounds, which is totally enough for me. This is really a stability challenge for me personally, and maybe for some of you guys as well. Okay, so I'm going to shift my weight all the way onto my left foot, pushing my hips back, dropping my chest forward, into that hinge shape, and then standing up. Okay? Just like we did for the bird dog row, we're going to do our first interval all on our left leg, our second interval all on our right leg, and then that third interval we'll switch halfway through. Okay? The final movement for today's training session is a push-up. Okay? As always with our push-up selection, we're finding a height that allows us to focus on our core position, our ability to brace and breathe first, and then our upper body strength second, right? So for me, that variation may mean that my feet are going to be elevated, okay? Either way, the focus is still the same. And we're moving smooth and controlled throughout the interval. Okay, again, taking that brief moment at the top of every rep to ensure our torso position. After we've completed our third interval of push-ups, we're done with the metabolic resistance training, and we're ready to go into our iso hold finishers. Our first iso hold is the iso single leg calf raise. Okay, I'm going to look for something to help create some stability. Okay, so I have this upright here. I'm going to stand on my left leg, drive up onto the balls of my feet, and from here I'm just belly breathing, bracing through my abs, through my glutes, through my quad on this left leg for the duration of the hold. Okay? At the end of 75, I'll switch legs and continue to focus on the same thing, bracing through this down leg and into my torso. After that, I'm on iso single leg W raise. So I'm back in that single leg RDL shape. Chest is down. My elbow, or my arms this time, are going to be bent at 90 degrees. And I'm going to pinch my shoulder blades as I drive my thumbs up to the ceiling. Okay? For this, I've got 50 seconds on my left leg before switching over and doing 50 seconds on my right leg. Again, shoulder blades pinching together, thumbs driving to the ceiling. The final movement for today's session is a single leg high plank. I'm in my push-up position. I'm focused on my core positioning, my glute tensioning, my quad tensioning, and then lifting one leg off the ground as I brace and breathe. Okay? 50 seconds, and switching to the other side for 50 seconds. Once you've completed your single leg high plank iso hold, you are done with your day one training session. Great work.